Welcome to the Everyday Eurasia Podcast, inspiring faith for every day. A place where we discover together what it means to follow Jesus in our everyday lives. This week on the Everyday Eurasia Podcast, we will be joined by members of the Eurasia Holistic Child Development team as we explore holistic child development programs across the region. Today you will hear from Zhaneta Yordanova, pastor of Manastirska Reka Church of the Nazarene and district superintendent in Bulgaria. Alongside her husband and local church congregation, Zhaneta is actively involved in compassionate ministries that serve both children and adults in her community. Today she will share a devotion titled, Jesus Places the Child in the Midst.
Today we're traveling back in time to a dusty street in Capernaum. Imagine a group of men, Jesus' disciples. They're walking and arguing intensely, not about spirituality, but about status. Their question is, who is the greatest? Who will be at the top of the new hierarchy? And then Jesus does something that is not just an illustration, it is a total revolution. He does not point to the most educated or the strongest among them. He calls a little child and places the child right in the middle of them. Let's listen to these words from the Bible, which redefined greatness for all of us. In Matthew 18, verses 2 through 4, it says, He called a little child to him and placed the child among them. And he said, Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Why is this so radical? In those times, children were loved, but they had no social weight. They were the ultimate symbol of dependency. A child cannot boast about a career, a bank account, or influence. A child simply receives. When Jesus says, unless you change and become like little children, He is not calling us to be childish. He is calling us to trust. The Bible uses the phrase, takes the lowly position. A child does not worry if they're worthy of their lunch. They know their family will provide. They accept love without masks, and they don't care about climbing the ladder. What does it mean to put the child in the center today? Real greatness is not about looking down on others. It is about having the courage to admit we need help and being willing to serve. Jesus says we must change. This means letting go of our prideful desire to be seen as the best and embracing a simple, honest faith. Jesus later says that whoever receives such a child receives him. It is a call to prioritize those whom society overlooks. Let's ask ourselves, what is in the center of our day? Is it our ego, our tasks, and our to-do lists? Or is it there room for that lowly position of trust? The next time, when we feel pressured to be the greatest in the room, we shall remember the child in Capernaum. We need to remember the shortest path to heaven is not about the ladder of success. It is the choice to be small enough to be held by God. Look at the world today through the eyes of a child, with hope, with wonder, and with a heart that is ready to change.
Thank you for listening to the Everyday Eurasia Podcast, inspiring faith for every day. For more everyday stories, subscribe on this podcast channel, follow our socials Facebook and Instagram, or our newsletter snapshots. For our newsletter and further information about the Eurasia region, visit our website eurasiaregion.org.